Last night I slept like a baby, and this morning I went for a walk like a toddler. The other day someone stole my parking place. I looked out the window and my driveway was missing. I was captain of the football team. We lost the coin toss. The other team elected to receive. The referee asked me which goal I'd like to defend. I said, the establishment of world peace in my lifetime. When I bought my glasses, they asked if I'd like a case. I said, no, just the one pair will be fine. I put a suggestion in the suggestion box and an idea in the idea box, and they both said, you only need one box. I'm tired of women who play games except volleyball. Some people think being executed by a firing squad would be hard, but I could do it blindfolded. She said, do you hate me yet? I said, I could never hate you. She said, what kind of people do you hate? I said, I hate people who say how come instead of why. She said, how come? My dog likes listening to the Brewers on the radio. He especially gets excited when the announcer says ball or walk. If you want a woman to notice you, tell her you like her shoes every 5 minutes. Before there were thermometers, people had to guess the temperature. If Zorro's name were Billy, he'd have a harder time writing his initial with a sword. The first time I pitched in Little League, my dad told me to put some mustard on it because he knew nothing about baseball. My dad worked at the pepper packet factory. I asked him what it was like. He said it was like the salt packet factory. When I see a fly on the wall, I wonder if it's someone who wished they could be a fly on the wall. Cerebral palsy is the thinking man's palsy. When my friend invited me to play poker, I said okay, but I was bluffing. My favorite fantasy snack is a Fig Newton of my imagination. I'm a peripheral visionary. I can see the future, but only off to the side. I couldn't decide if I wanted to be a poet or a pilot, so I majored in creative skywriting. This is going so much quicker without the laugh. Before the microscope was invented, no one had any idea things could be so microscopic. Before the telescope was invented, you had to go far away to see something far away. If you look through a microscope into a telescope, the image is normal size. The scariest ride I ever went on is the escalator. I have opinions, but I do not value them. Why are breadcrumbs so expensive? I used to buy heroin from the man Lou Reed was waiting for. If I'm buried, thank you so much. That is much appreciated. If I'm buried, I want an open coffin. And if I'm cremated, I want an open urn. The only times I try not to cough are when I'm in church or smoking weed with young people. If vegetarians eat vegetables, what do humanitarians eat? If you want a girl to move in with you, have a nicer place. If you write your own wedding vows, you can leave stuff out. If you mix baby powder with baby oil, you get a baby. If there were a tunnel through the middle of the planet, it would probably whistle. If you think your secret life is really great, you're an alter ego maniac. If you eat your cereal with a fork, you can use the same milk more than once. If you can't get the cap off a bottle of NyQuil, you are a child. Poor people are always the first to fall through the cracks in earthquake movies. Ducks know that decoys aren't real, but they fly down anyway because to them it's art. When I first learned to walk, my psychiatrist advised me to take baby steps. I worship the ground you walk on, but lots of people walk there, so it could be a coincidence. Fruit Loops are Cheerios with makeup and perfume. When my dog barks, I understand what he means, and I write it down so I won't forget. Instead of cleaning out the garage, I changed its name to the storage unit. I went to see an ulterior motivational speaker, so now I get things done, but for selfish and dishonorable reasons. That one will seem funny later. I thought I saw myself floating above the bed, but it was just my levitating identical twin. I like sparkling water, but not to drink, just to look at. With time travel, it is possible to leave where you are and arrive somewhere else sometime in the future. With time travel, you can do that. The ocean sounds the way it does because of all the seashells in it. My grandmother had psychic powers, and that would have been her sixth sense, but she was deaf, so it was still only 5. Sometimes I save the crusts from a loaf of bread and pretend that it's a bun. When God told Eve that she had sinned, Eve said, "Now can I put some clothes on?" I hate long suicide notes. If there's no point in going on, there's no point in going on and on. When a tree falls in the forest and no one sees it, it gets back up. Thanks for listening, everybody.